Now, from the one to turn to for news and Doppler 12,000 weather. Live, this is News 12 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Chandra and Kurt have the night off. A disturbing case tonight. A man who's running state-licensed group homes for troubled kids and adults is busted for child pornography.
Federal agents raided his home in Royal Palm Beach early this morning and arrested 49-year-old Meyer Nevitt. It's the second child pornography arrest in Palm Beach County this week. We have live Team 12 coverage, including Al Peffley with details of the charges and Alex Hayes with what's next for the children. We begin with Al live from our mobile newsroom at the federal courthouse with the exclusive video. Al?
Alan, this is quite a story. Nevitt made his first appearance here at the federal courthouse just hours after he was arrested this morning, and a judge agreed to release him on bond.
Federal agents were up early, armed with a search warrant. They showed up at Meyer Nevitt's Royal Palm Beach home and took him away in handcuffs. They swarmed his place looking for child pornography, including photos, slides, books, and computer disks.
Well, it's disgusting. I mean, I'm disgusted by anyone who would get off on looking at children.
What makes the case even more shocking is that Nevitt is licensed by the state to run 4 group homes for developmentally disabled kids and adults. Some of the children at his group homes are as young as 11. His home in Royal Palm Beach is one of those 4 group homes. An agent showed up there with boxes to haul out evidence.
At this point in time, we have no evidence that the children under his care were involved in any pornographic images or any type of abusive activity.
Agents say it all started in July when they got a tip that Nevitt had 300 computer diskettes like these in his home and office containing images of child pornography. I asked him about the allegations after he was freed on bond.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm not answering any questions.
Agents say they seized his home computer last month at a CompUSA store in West Palm Beach where he had taken it for repairs and found at least 40 images of kids involved in sexual acts.
It sounds like the government has a pretty good case against you. They found hundreds of images in your office, child pornography. How did all those images of child pornography get on your computer? What would you say to the parents of all these children that you were supposed to be watching?
Investigators say it's not clear how long Nevitt had been involved in child pornography, but they say they plan to search all his group homes for further evidence that could lead to still more charges.
Is there anything you want to say to us about this? I mean, these are pretty serious charges. Nevitt is facing up to 15 years in prison if he's convicted. Authorities say not only did he possess child pornography, they believe he was transmitting it over the internet. Live for the one to turn to in West Palm Beach, Al Peffley, News 12.
Thanks, Al. Neighbors living near Meyer Nevitt are reacting to his arrest in different ways. Some are keeping their children away from his home, which also serves as a residential living facility. But others say they just feel bad for the children under his care. Judy Spencer lives down the street from Nevitt and has a 9-year-old daughter. She says the charges against him are disturbing, especially because she sees the boys under his care on a regular basis.
I just see the kids going back and forth to school. I see the usually there's somebody with them, like an older person, and wait for them down at the end of the road.
Other neighbors told us they find the whole thing quite scary and hope the Department of Children and Families shuts down Nevitt's residential living facilities.
So who's been monitoring the 4 facilities that Nevitt runs? Well, it's the State Department of Children and Families, and it says Nevitt has had to go through intensive annual licensing renewals. But in light of these news charges, it's taken action. We turn to News 12's Alex Hayes live from our newsroom with more on that. Alex?
Alan, the district administrator for the Department of Children and Families, says his office did not know about this morning's raid. He says his office worked feverishly throughout the day to place the kids and adults involved in other facilities. As of right now, several of the children from the 4 homes operated by Nevitt have been removed, and the department took swift action today, yanking Nevitt's license.
In light of this investigation that is ongoing right now, we have withdrawn their licensing and their children, and we will await the decision of the court as to the outcome.
Let's break it down for you. According to the DCF, there were 19 individuals in the 4 homes. Only 6 were from Palm Beach County. 4 of those were adults. They were taken to other DCF facilities. Of the 2 minors, 1 was taken into custody by the Department of Juvenile Justice. The other brought to another DCF home. Now, the remaining teens and adults are residents of Broward and the Orlando area. They will be removed from the homes tomorrow. The DCF says Nevitt had a thorough background check as well as his staff staff. However, they do say there have been several complaints in the past about the 4 homes in question, and local law enforcement officers have investigated. Paul Brown, however, could not elaborate on what those allegations were. Live in the newsroom, Alex Hayes, News 12.
Alex, thank you.
We are watching Tropical Depression number 6 tonight.
Could that affect our weather anytime soon? Well, let's turn to Chief Meteorologist John Matthews with a check on the tropics. John?
All right. Well, you asked a very good question there, Alan. Could it affect our weather anytime soon? Actually, no, because it's so far away from us. It's nearly 2,000 miles away. What we're talking about is this area of disturbed weather right there that is now Tropical Depression number 6 and probably will become Tropical Storm Chris by tomorrow. Now, the Hurricane Center only goes out 72 hours with a forecast, and they're putting it right about there, right north of the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico by Sunday. So it looks like we're all set for a good-looking weekend, sort of, but nothing disturbed from that situation. But then the question is, where will it go from there? And of course, that will be the big mystery as we get into next week. So I want you to know we've got a situation that may or may not affect us sometime next week, but for now, we're okay. We're looking good for the days ahead. We'll check out our forecast, and I'll post the numbers on this for you when I come back.
Thanks, John. Maritime Academy students will finally go to class tomorrow, but not at the school they expected to attend for the year. The Mangonia Park City Council refused to let the county's newest charter school open its doors yesterday morning because of a zoning problem. So now, 50 students are attending the old school site on 45th Street and Flagler Drive. And tonight, a special meeting, a lottery to determine 100 more spots for students.
Yes, these 2 girls really are extremely happy to be coming and to the Marine Time, and this is my children's chance. This school is very special.
The owners of the charter school hope to have the correct building permits in the next 2 months. And this brings us to today's News 12 telepoll question. Should the town of Mangonia Park allow a charter school to open in an industrial area? To answer, you can call 820-4511 on the Treasure Coast, dial 344-4586, then enter 1212. Internet users can log on to gopbi.com and click on the News 12 NetPoll link. We'll have the results on News 12 at 11.
After the shooting at Lake Worth Middle School in May, school police tried to come up with an effective system for students to anonymously report a gun or crime on campus. But instead of creating a whole new program, they decided to make an old idea more appealing. We turn to News 12's Suzanne Boyd in our newsroom to explain. Suzanne?
Well, Alan, what's more appealing to a teenager than cash? And Crime Stoppers has always offered a reward to students who report crimes on campus, but now they're offering 5 times the amount they offered last year. Crime Stoppers will hang up these flyers in classrooms, buses, and in every school locker in Palm Beach County starting next week. The program is supported by the Sheriff's Office, the Chiefs of Police, and the school district. Here's how it works. A student calls the 1-800 number, and they can leave the information without leaving their name. It's completely anonymous. They'll get a code number, and if they leave information about drugs, vandalism, or other criminal activity on campus, they'll receive $100. But if they give information of a gun on campus and a firearm is recovered, they'll get $500.
Right. What the school district did is they came to our board of directors and they asked for this additional $500 reward on top of the $100 normal reward that we've been paying out since 1994 for the recovery of firearms, which we feel in the Crime Stoppers organization, and that's a positive step in the right direction.
Now that number, Crime Stoppers, is at the bottom of your screen. It's 1-800-458-TIPS. Students should start seeing these flyers in classes, on the buses, and in their lockers next week. Live for the One to Turn to, Suzanne Boyd, News 12.
Thanks, Suzanne.
A mid-air collision over Boca Raton killed 4 last June, and today the company that operated one of those planes is back in the skies, hoping to ensure safety.
And for almost a week, these puppies have been waiting for homes. Today, they got their wish.